Hello everyone and welcome to my guide on how to kill the Abyssal Sire. So first some background information. So the Abyssal Sire is a level 85 Slayer boss, and these are the defense bonuses that it has, and it was confirmed by Mod Ash on Twitter. These will be important in a minute when I go through the gear setup. It has some pretty decent drops. You can just pause it through the video at any time here, look, or just obviously look it up yourself on the wiki. Biggest thing that you're going to be shooting for here are the Unsired. So if you get an Unsired drop, you can sacrifice it at the fountain and get one of these drops. The Abyssal Head, kind of useless. The Pet, Dagger, Whip, one of the three bludgeon pieces that you can combine together, or the Jar. So we'll go into the gear and inventory setup. So if we look back at the Abyssal Sire's stats here, so it's got plus 20 magic defense, so we want to try to maximize our magic attack for the phases on how to stun it. So here I have full rims with Arcane, Slayer Helm, obviously imbued, Occult Necklace. This isn't really going to help you with that much more accuracy like compared to Fury. It's like plus 2 extra. But what this is important for is to do extra damage on the lungs, so you can hit higher with your trident. I like to use the Artie Cloak, even if you have only Artie Cloak 2, or especially if you have Artie Cloak 4. Gives extra prayer bonus and stab attack, and it's weak to, the Sire is weak to stab, so we're going to be using a Hasta, as well as some magic attack. So that's really nice. Trident of the Swamp, obviously, and then Borrow's Gloves, either Dragon Boots or Primordial Boots, and then I decided to use a Berserker Ring. You can also use a Treasonous Ring if you want, or if you have a Ring of the Gods. So for the first phase, we're going to be using magic, and then we're going to be switching to melee. So I have a Hasta to Bando switch with the Dragon Defender. The Dragon Defender is really clutch for speeding up your kills over just having whatever shield you have. So if we go back and look at the stats here, so compared to for the melee stats, it's got plus 40 stab, plus 60 slash, and plus 50 crush defense bonus. So we want to use a stab weapon here, maximize our stab attack. So that's why we use the Hasta. If you don't want to get defense experience, Whip is perfectly acceptable as well. Hasta is just going to speed up your kills. I have a Crystal Halberd switch here. Crystal Halley just wrecks this boss. It's amazing. So here we only have a plus 114 stab attack. So if you wanted to switch to the slash swipe here, the strength version, you can do that as well. I just keep it on jab just for simplicity's sake. In inventory, we got our super combat potion, a stamina potion. There's a lot of running involved, so you definitely want to have one of these. I have an extra dose here because I'm going to drink that as we run to the boss just to save some time. 4 prayer pots are super restores. I just have a bunch of super restores in the bank, so I'm using those right now. Let's see here, we got 11 sharks, an antidote plus plus, so you can use either a Santhu serum or an antidote plus plus. These are I prefer the Antidote Plus Plus just because they're super cheap, and they provide a longer resistance to poison, and the boss has a lot of poison damage. When you sip one of these, the poison damage is dropped in half. Draymond Staff to get there, Rune Pouch with some air runes. So you want to have Deaths, Souls, and Bloods because we're going to be casting Shadow Blitz. You don't want to use Shadow Barrage, it's just a waste of runes. Shadow Blitz is just as accurate. So I'll kind of keep talking as I run to the boss. So we don't need to just waste time here standing at the bank. So yeah, back to what I was saying. So Shadow Blitz is just as accurate as Shadow Barrage, but costs a lot less runes. So as far as minimum stat requirements for this boss, it's going to be 76 mage just so you can cast Shadow Blitz. Is absolute minimum. Preferred is 92 mage, so you can cast Blood Barrage, and you'll see in a minute it helps immensely. I guess if you can't do Blood Barrage, you could just bring Blood Burst, which would be 68 mage. So I guess you still could do it at 76 mage. So when you get here, this place is split up into 4 different quadrants. I'm just going to the southeast one. There's also southwest one. There's also northwest, northeast, and southeast. So the boss has 3 phases. First phase we're going to use magic on, and then the second 2 phases we're going to be using melee. Alright, so when you get here, the objective is we're going to attack him. We have to disorient him, these little dick whip things are going to be flying all around, and we're going to try and kill these things that are supposedly lungs. They don't look very lung-like to me, but that's the main goal. And that'll bring us to the second phase. So we're just going to start. We want to do 2 attacks. You can't stun them within the first 2 attacks, so you just do 2 regular trident attacks, and then you start shadow blitzing. And you just do this until it says you stun them, which usually it doesn't take this long. So you can see there I just got hit with a 28 with poison, so I'm going to set my anti-poison. And now you're going to notice that anytime I get hit with poison after this, it's going to be much less. So the occult's nice just so you can hit higher on these. It doesn't, mage bonus doesn't matter here, like I can wear full bandos here and I'm still going to hit. You don't need to pray really on these either. Yeah, and you can see I still hit just fine. So when you start to see one of these things blink, as soon as he starts blinking, go back here and start shadow blitzing. So you can see it said that I disoriented him already. And then we're going to go finish off the last one. Alright, at this point I always just chill right here. He's going to take a minute to come out. Get your gear ready. Set up your quick prayers so you have melee or protect melee and piety. And just wait for him to kind of slumber out here. As soon as he starts like targeting on you, that means you can attack him. So go ahead and sip on your super combat, hit your quick prayers, and run out and attack him. So a lot of people think you have to flinch him, but that's not necessary at all. You're actually going to waste some potential hits you can do on him. You only need to run away from him if he kind of squats down and holds his belly, and when he does that, he's about to like put like a poison pool underneath you, which might not even happen this kill. So after he gets down to 200 HP, it's going to flip to the next phase. So I might get him down there before. Yeah, okay. So at this point you can just turn your prayers off, turn your run off, walk over here. He's not going to attack you, he's just getting set up for his next phase. You're going to want to pray range and piety this time. I like to stand in this little corner and then run in and attack him, run all the way over here and attack him, and then right click here to attack because you get all these spawns everywhere and it's really easy to get hit by poison. So here we're just rocking our Crystal Halley specs. You saw how I ran backwards after he like opened up his body. That's because if you're standing next to him, I think you can hit up to like 70 or something crazy high. And that is obviously not ideal. So you'll see here, I'll just start barraging these guys. You can hit these guys even when you're wearing full bandos and heal just an insane amount of hit points. And then at this point you just want to try to kill this thing as fast as you can. And that is a terrible, terrible drop. Alright, we'll do another kill here. Might as well pick it up, right? Maybe it'll be good luck. Alright, so we go 2 attacks here. We're going to throw in our Mystic Might, cast a Shadow Blitz. So if you hit and don't splash, it's supposed to be a 2/3 chance that you stun him with a shadow hit. It's also good to note that you can't stun him while he's actively spitting out a minion. Whoops, that was a major misclick. So yeah, if you have one of these minions on you, I just rock my full bandos. And you're not going to really get hit by them. And you're still going to be able to kill these pretty quick. And then just keep an eye on your run energy if you need to take a sip of stamina potion. So I do put my rims back on to attack him. In order to stun him faster. Alright, this will be a good opportunity. So if you ever have an instance where you're really getting stuck, you're just not figuring things out, you can always get these things trapped and just start blood barraging them. And you can see how well I'm hitting them even though I'm still wearing my bandos. So normally I wouldn't really do this because I have a ton of food, but I'll just do it for the sake of the video as an example. So again, as soon as you see him start blinking, stop attacking and you're going to want to switch back. and try and stun him. Alright, stunned him. You'll notice the poison's only hitting me once now, because I drank dynamic poison. So if you have your XP drop on, you can see it going, you can kind of predict when it's going to die. And I have a little HP counter here. So we can go ahead and go to the next one. So I typically I'll only repot every 2 kills. So I'll probably just go right into this kill. I usually get about 6 kills per trip. And here are my stats. 94, 99, 77, 99 mage, 99 HP. Alright, so put our prayers up, run back out here. So as I was saying, on his next phase, when you get all the minions everywhere, I like to right click and walk here because it's so easy to misclick on them, and if you misclick on them and you stay in the same spot, the poison can stack up on you so quick, and before you know it, you'll die, which is not a fun thing. Alright, so he's under 200 HP, should be done. So yeah, I stand up in this corner, then right as the option comes up to attack, click attack, run to the opposite corner. So if you go too far outside of these 2 boxes, you'll get hit by these tentacles. I'll show you what happens. So he slaps you. And I think they can hit upwards of 30, or up to 30. So you just want to sit here. And I haven't quite exactly figured out the exact threshold number, but you'll be attacking this until it gets down to about 135 HP. And then you just got to get the timing done. Usually you can do about 1 attack, sometimes you can squeeze in a 2nd attack before it moves. Alright, so here we go. He tells me and I run away. Anytime you misclick or you're running around, always just start running away because these poison splats will add up so quick. Oh, classic. Don't have a special. Alright, so I'm running away. Gonna barrage them all. Barrage them again. Alright, let's see what's going to happen if I switch it up to swipe. That was a little better. So I think the best spec I've ever hit on him was like a 64-56. So that's that like one hits him from the 2nd phase. So yeah, if you ever get in trouble, just start running away and barraging these guys. Also, you get so much damage stacking up on you, especially in this area, that you can get poison stacking underneath you like that, and you have no idea that it's even there. Like sometimes the poison splat legitimately doesn't even show up. Alright. So I think we'll do 1 more kill for the video to see if we can get anything different to happen, and then we'll just call it good. Two hits, hit him with our, there we go, first time. See, obviously if you can't afford Bandos, just use whatever Borrow's armor you can, Torig's or Derek's, like a V-skirt or something. Anything to maximize your defense bonus. Alright, start blinking at me, run away, get my Mystic Might up, go in to stun him. Alright, and he's stunned. I think what I'll do is I'll purposely not stun him the next time and show you what I mean by you can't stun him when he's like actively spitting out a minion, and how you can time it to stun him. Because that can be really frustrating if he like spits out like 5 minions in a row and you just can't stun him. So every time, like, you just want to keep running around here because you'll put all these poison splats out. Alright, so if I were to stun him right now, it's not going to hit. Well, that one did because I waited half a second. So if the minion is actually coming out of his mouth, like it's still crawling out of his mouth, and you try and stun him, it's not going to work. But if the minion has completely left his mouth and is flying out at you, you can stun him then. So I was a little late for the example. Like I was going to try and stun him as it was still in the mouth, but obviously I didn't. So I was able to stun him. Alright, so we're going to repot here. Oh, so if you have these minions laying around, just let them sit there and they'll die off. Just sit here. If they're not attacked or anything, they'll just die off. And so if a poison splat does come underneath you, you can run in like this and then run out. You don't need to do anything too crazy. I find if you run in first as opposed to like immediately running over here, sometimes if you run perfectly sideways, you'll still get hit by the poison, but if you run straight in, for some reason it registers faster, at least on my computer, and I won't get hit. Alternatively, if you get like rocked or something and you have low on HP, you just run in, stand underneath them, he can't even hit you. Do whatever you want. Perfect example. So if you run in first and then off to the side, you won't get hit. Also, if you're like really screwing up your trip, you can walk underneath him and then just start barraging the minion to try to heal up. So again, you want to right click, attack, wait for this poison thing to go away. You can probably fit 2 attacks in here. Alright, run back over. Alright, this one's going to teleport me away because it's under like 135. Pull up my halberd. Come on, big hit. That's decent. Alright. Well, I think I'll stop the video here and do a few more kills. I think that about covers it. If you have any questions, just drop a line in the comments. If this was helpful to you, please leave a like and subscribe. It really helps me out, get my videos out there, and I hope you enjoy. Thank you.